So
Okay,
he's
I see.
expecting in the future to be complete 100%
to be ready
healthy.
to go.
Correct.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I find it interesting. I think it depends on how he performs in these preseason games. I think that will tell us a lot on kind of where he stands with Atlanta. But I mean, obviously, great to get a shot.
Yeah. Patrick, do you think this is something that he can build on and or play so well that he actually takes the job away from Michael Penix Jr. and there's not a chance to have this competition for the rest of the training camp in the preseason?
I mean, I think so, because they wouldn't have brought him in if they didn't have the utmost faith in Michael Penix. And what has Michael Penix shown you that he can be a trusted quarterback one in this league? He hasn't really shown anything yet.
Nothing, yeah.
I mean, I understand that you're the most injury-prone quarterbacks in the NFL in your quarterback room, and that's why you brought in Cooper Rush. But before Tua really started to drop off the last couple of years, I mean, he was leading one of the best offenses in the NFL just 3 years ago. I mean, Miami with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill before he got hurt. I think Achane was Achane's first year. Maybe, actually, no. I think the year where they were really good was right before Achane got there, and they had Raheem Mostert as their running back. But I mean, he was fully capable when he stayed on the field of leading a top offense in the NFL. That's why this makes it so interesting to me, because when we go back to what the scenario is for Atlanta right now, they've locked up all of their young guys to 3 to 4 year deals.
Right.
Especially the guys on offense. Bijan just got a deal. Drake London got a deal in the offseason. And then Kyle Pitts also got a deal in the offseason. So if you think about it, the window's probably now until 3 years when one of those guys, I think Drake London's the one guy on a 4-year contract right now. So they need a guy for the future to lead that team. And Tua has shown at times that he is very capable of leading a team. It's just, we haven't really seen the same success when it comes to the postseason when Miami would make it. Although it didn't really help that they played in Kansas City when it was -20 and it was so cold that helmets would break.
Yeah.
But still, I like that he's getting a chance here. The last couple of years have not gone the way that he or Miami even wanted to. I feel like this is one of those situations where, hey, you just need a fresh start. I mean, look at what Baker Mayfield did. Left Cleveland, kind of was in the dust for a little bit until he found his way to Tampa and really made a name for himself again in the league.
Yeah, this is, to me, a compelling situation because I think with Tua, the Miami Dolphins were put in a position, do we pay this guy or not?
Yeah.
And then obviously they ended up saying, hey, well, this is our guy moving forward. It does seem interesting to me that he's with a new system and a new coach, a coach in Kevin Stefanski that he's had to deal with some quarterback drama himself with the whole Shedeur Sanders thing last year in Cleveland. They ended up drafting a guy in Dylan Gabriel. Then, I mean, obviously Shedeur comes in. It just felt to me, and of course, all the drama with Deshaun Watson. I mean, like, this is something that Kevin Stefanski had to deal with just all together. So it does feel kind of like a refresh, a reset for Stefanski and for Tua going into the season.
Yeah, I would say my only concern with Tua, though, is just the head injuries, right? Like, doesn't it feel like he's a head injury away from, like, not being able to play the game?
I feel like last year kind of cleaned that up.
You think?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Like, because there was just 2 years ago for sure.
Yeah.
It just felt like he was on the verge of like being one hit away from his career being over.
Right.
I felt like last year kind of.
Do you feel like time like heals you that much? I don't know. I feel like CTE is such a real thing these days.
Yeah, I just feel like he's found different ways, and I don't know how to credit the mixed martial arts that he did. And he did different things in the offseason last year to kind of to try to be able to derail from that. To not have those injuries happen. Like I said, I don't know how much that actually works, but I do feel like whether it's getting the ball out faster, not getting hit, sliding, or whatever the case is to keep his head out of the game, so to speak, he's found ways to do it.
Yeah, okay, I get that. I guess I just look at it more as he's a little more of a liability than I would want in my starting QB. So I kind of looked at this as a situation where they were going to rely on Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
And go to Tua if they absolutely had to.
Well, the thing is, if you go back, if you just look at the stats as a whole from last season of Tua, they aren't pretty at all. But if you were to take away the first 7 games when they started 1-6, if you start with, ironically, the game in Atlanta, he threw for 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Yeah.
And he threw for 205 yards. From that Atlanta game on, he only turned the ball over, 5 times.
Right.
And he managed to put up 9 touchdowns through the air as well. And that's when Miami started to show a little bit of life, ended up winning 5 of their last 7 games. So he kind of found his groove that we had seen in years past towards the end of last season. Now, going back to the stats, it was the most interceptions that he's thrown in a season, the most since 2023.
Mm-hmm.
However, the only thing about 23 was that he threw for double the yards, almost double the touchdowns, and then again, that's when Miami had a good offense. So I think as long as Tua can stay on the field, there's no reason why he shouldn't be the starter. This is a 1-year bridge deal. Show me what you got.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen that work in years past for guys that seem to apparently be on the outs, so to speak, for their NFL career.
Sam Darnold's a perfect
Sam
example.
Darnold, perfect example.
Yeah, like literally goes to Minnesota, rehabs his career, and then he wins the Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks. Like, it could be a situation just like that. He'd come in basically as a 1-year rental, so to speak, and then go.
I mean, look at the situation in Atlanta, too. Tyreek Hill wasn't doing him any favors with the off-the-field stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, who is a terrible example off the field in Atlanta? I don't really see anybody.
No, nobody.
I mean, Bijan's a good person.
Yeah.
Drake London.
Kyle Pitts.
You know,
wait, what about the
I know exactly where you're going. I know what you're talking about.
Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. I mean, he's a good player.
He's still on Atlanta's roster,
but
right?
I think so.
Okay.
He's a good player, but he's not like a team leader in my. Like,
but
what I would
also,
consider
he's
a
on the
team leader.
defensive side of things. So that's not like working with a wide receiver.
Right.
Who thinks he's the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
And
James Pierce Jr., that's his name.
I mean,
Okay. I mean, he's a little crazy off the field.
Coming
from
but
a Tennessee fan, okay?
if he was a wide receiver or an offensive lineman, then I'd be like,
Okay.
okay, you know, maybe there's more merit to that. But I mean, he's on the complete opposite side of the ball. You don't really see Jalen Carter have any problems with like Jalen Hurts or anything. I feel like that. I understand where you're coming from, but I just feel like that isn't really, you know, something that needs to. It's almost a non-factor in my opinion.
Yeah, and then they pay.
Unless they become best
one of the big guys
friends.
on that side of the ball.
Bergeron.
Yeah. So I mean, there are other leaders on that defensive side. So personal problems aside, with that one guy on defense, I think that Atlanta's got a good culture, got a good locker room going into it. It's Kevin Stefanski getting his team ready for that preseason game against the Denver Broncos. First game for him, first game for Tua, trying to get off the bat here on a nice run in 2026.
Yeah, again, just with the same mentality of getting our guys ready to play. We'll play, like I mentioned, you know, a series, 10 plays in this first game. We'll go to Indianapolis and practice versus the Colts next week. I'll give you our plan for Miami when we get to it, but it's all part of the plan and getting guys ready to play. I don't believe in showing a lot in the preseason and doing all sorts of exotic things and whatnot. So what we'll do is we'll have a very simple game plan on offense, defense, and special teams so that our players can play fast. It's a great opponent that we're going up against, which we're excited about. Good players. It's finally, you know, it's about time to see a different jersey and a different helmet and those type of things where guys are way past seeing each other right now. So excited about that opportunity, but bottom line is we're just getting ready for the season.
All right, so Atlanta, Coach Stefanski's obviously saying all the right things, that the QB1 battle will continue. Obviously, preseason stats, you already poo-pooed them with Carson Beck, but what would you want to see out of Tua in the preseason, just because we already know that he could play at this level?
I think just consistency on the field, leadership within the team, you know, like commanding the team on the field would be good starts for sure.
Yeah, and he's always had great chemistry with his guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Bijan plays. I don't know how much Drake London plays. I don't know how much some of these guys will play in the game. But if you can see early connection with those guys, that's always to me a mark of a new quarterback.
Right.
Because like you said, you got to have command of the office, command of the locker room, but you have to earn that in practice.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see here in game one if he's already earned that with his teammates.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if he does end up winning the QB1 job, the potential is there, and I'm going to make another bold prediction because it's bold prediction season. I think if he wins the QB1 job, you could make the argument that Atlanta has a top 5 offense. I mean, they have arguably the best running back in the game.
Yeah.
They have one of the best tight ends in the game. I'd say what?
Isn't that the tight end that you said didn't deserve to have
well,
the highest paid tight end?
That was
It is Kyle Pitts, right?
Yes, it is Kyle Pitts, and I
Okay.
was thinking of Kyle Pitts before he actually kind of took. In relative to other tight ends, he's better
I'm
than
just
what he
saying,
used to be.
you can take back your point.
Okay.
But
Anyways,
I was just laughing because
you got me off the rails now. Now I'm mad at you. You got Drake
Proof
London.
She was listening though.
Yeah, at least she was listening. You got Drake London, who's I feel like people sleep on him as a wide receiver. No one really talks about him inside the top 10, but I mean, he will quietly put up good seasons.
Oh, 100%.
And nobody
100%.
really talks about it.
Yeah, it's because he doesn't have one of those. I think it's because he doesn't have that freak kind of body.
Yeah.
It's not like he's got a freak physique.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a hybrid between like Justin Jefferson and Puka.
He's like one of those guys where it's like you'll be watching a game and then Fox will do its game break and it'll be like, oh, Drake London touchdown. And it's like, oh, man, I kind of forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
But then you look at the end of the season, wow, he has so many touchdowns this season. How did I not figure this out? However, Tua or Michael Penix is going to be the biggest question mark for this team this entire season. Because if one of them ends up, taking the starting job by storm, puts up a good, like if we see 23 Tua, I mean, the Falcons are going to run away with the NFC South. There are so many question marks for all three other teams. Is Baker and Vita Vea truly bought in Tampa Bay?
Right.
How much of a jump can we see in New Orleans? What does Carolina look like? Was Bryce Young's season last year just a fluke? I mean, this division is so wide open right now that all it takes is for Tua to come in there and really prove himself tomorrow in Atlanta. And I think if he wins, you could make the argument that this could be a top 5 offense if the pieces are clicking by the end of the season.
That could be interesting.
Okay.
Really interesting with
Feels
this squad.
like Tennessee.
Why do you have to make it Tennessee?
That could be like all they got to do is find a quarterback. And if they find the quarterback, they're top
yeah.
five
All they
offense.
have to do is find a bunch of different scenarios to go their way, right?
No, they just need a quarterback and they're top 5 offense.
in the SEC, I can't repeat the top 5 offense part because he's had that.
Yeah.
It's the defense, obviously.
Tennessee will have a top 10 defense.